They want to create spare human bodies, quote unquote, and a version of the Large Hadron Collider of CERN that is 3 times larger. Michael Snyder reports, so many of the major problems that our world has had to deal with in recent years have been caused by mad scientists doing things that they should not be doing. Unfortunately, the global scientific community continues to show no restraint whatsoever. The things that I'm about to share with you in this article are deeply disturbing, but even though many of us are voicing our protections, they simply do not care. Mad scientists are going to just go ahead and do whatever they want, but if something goes wrong, it's the rest of us that will be suffering the consequences. For example, it's being reported that a team of scientists at Stanford University is proposing that we should create spare human bodies known as bodyoids that would be grown inside artificial wombs. These scientists are claiming that such bodyoids would serve several purposes. They would supposedly alleviate our ongoing organ shortage. They could be used in medical experiments instead of animals, and we could potentially even eat them. Cutting-edge scientists have unveiled a disturbing plan to grow soulless, spare human bodies that can be used for medical experiments and even meat. Why would we want to be cannibals, and how would they know they were soulless? These so-called bodyoids would be grown in artificial wombs and have the eerie ability to withstand endless pain. The scientists Carlston T. Carlsworth, Henry T. Greeley, and Hiromitsu Nakauchi made their bizarre pitch in MIT Technology Review and explained why the Frankenstein-esque plan would revolutionize medicine. They said the zombie-ish bodies would be key to testing out new medicines and growing human organs for transplants. So how sick is that? I literally felt like losing my dinner when I found out that they had written this. For example, they could offer an ethical alternative to the way we currently use non-human animals for research and food, providing meat or other products with no animal suffering or awareness. These scientists should be fired immediately, but nobody is ever going to hold them accountable. Instead, their research will probably be showered with millions of dollars in funding. I had to learn more, so I went to the original article that they published on the official website of MIT Technology Review. In that article, they described how they would actually produce these quote-unquote bodyoids. Although it may seem like science fiction, recent technological progress has pushed this concept into the realm of plausibility. Pluripotent stem cells, one of the earliest cell types to form during development, can give rise to every type of cell in the adult body. Recently, researchers have used these stem cells to create structures that seem to mimic the early development of actual human embryos. At the same time, artificial uterus technology is rapidly advancing, and other pathways may be opening to allow for the development of fetuses outside the body. Such technologies, together with established genetic techniques to inhibit brain development, make it possible to envision the creation of bodyoids, a potentially unlimited source of human bodies developed entirely outside of the human body from stem cells that lack sentience or the ability to feel pain. Once this starts happening, it's easy to imagine a future in which millions of human bodies are farmed for the benefit of the elite. And just like in certain science fiction movies, perhaps human bodies will even be used as batteries and hooked up to the electric grid in order to solve our energy crisis. Over in Europe, mad scientists want to create a much larger version of the CERN Large Hadron Collider. Scientists are refining plans to build the world's biggest machine at a site beneath the Swiss-French border. More than $30 billion would be spent drilling a 91-kilometer circular tunnel in which subatomic particles would be accelerated to near light speeds and smashed into each other. From the resulting nuclear debris, scientists hope they will find clues that will help them understand the detailed makeup of the universe. Smashing subatomic particles into one another at nearly the speed of light is a really, really, really bad idea, but they don't care what you and I think. The Large Hadron Collider has a circumference of 27 kilometers, but the future circular collider would have a circumference of about 91 kilometers. and that would make it more than 3 times bigger than the Large Hadron Collider. This absolutely insane project is being vigorously promoted, quote-unquote, by the leaders of CERN. For its part, CERN says that the FCC offers scientists a chance to undertake a unique exploration of space, time, and matter. The plan is supported by many senior physicists and vigorously promoted by CERN's current Director General, Fabiola Gianotti, and also backed by Mark Thompson, who is set to take over her position in January 2026. And if approved, the FCC would become the most powerful instrument ever built to study the laws of nature at the most fundamental level, Gianotti told Nature magazine. I went to the official CERN website and I learned that the feasibility study for the future circular collider was just released a few days ago. The FCC feasibility study, which delivered its report on 31st of March 2025, investigated the technical and financial viability of FCC at CERN, including geological feasibility, environmental impact, design of infrastructures, civil engineering and detectors, as well as R&D on technologies for the efficiency and sustainability of the proposed colliders. A new tunnel is planned with a circumference of 90.7 kilometers, an average depth of 200 meters, and 8 surface sites for up to 4 experiments. The tunnel would initially house the FCC-E, an electron-positron collider, for precision measurements, offering a 15-year research program from the mid-2040s. A second machine, the FCC-HH, would then be installed in the same tunnel, reusing the existing infrastructure, similar to when the LHC replaced LEP. The FCC-HH aims to reach collision energies of 100 TeV, colliding protons and also heavy ions, and running until the end of the 21st century. They are extremely fortunate that their current doomsday device has not caused a civilization-destroying disaster, but now they are pressing their luck by constructing a much larger one. They're literally nuts. There's one last thing I wanted to mention in this article. A company in China has actually developed a miniature atomic energy battery that could theoretically power a small device for 50 years. Needless to say, having millions of people running around with devices that are powered by radioactive coin-sized batteries sounds like a horrendous idea, but that is not going to stop them. In fact, this new battery is apparently entering mass production. A Chinese battery manufacturer has developed a breakthrough sparking a worldwide race for compact nuclear energy. The innovation is a small coin-sized battery powered by a radioactive nickel isotope that decays into stable copper. While the initial cell is relatively weak, it can easily be layered to provide more power for up to 50 years. Energy storage technology has reached a transformative milestone as the BV100 miniature atomic energy battery enters mass production. Popular Mechanics notes that the coin-sized cell from Beijing Betavolt New Energy Technology can provide juice lasting up to 50 years without charging or maintenance. This generation is extraordinarily foolish. Given enough time, humanity would surely destroy itself. And just because we're able to do something doesn't mean we should actually do it. The universe that we live in has rules, and if we break those rules, there are consequences. Sadly, many of our scientists are quite eager to cast ethics aside if they feel a breakthrough is right around the corner. Ultimately, their recklessness could end up getting a whole lot of people killed. This is by Michael Snyder on End of the American Dream. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. About the author, Michael Snyder's new book, a blockbuster entitled Why, is available in paperback and for Kindle on Amazon. He also has written 8 other books available on Amazon, including Chaos, End Times, 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of Future America, The Beginning of the End, Living a Life That Really Matters. When you purchase any of Michael's books, you help support the work he's doing. You can also get his articles by email as soon as he publishes them by subscribing to his Substack newsletter. Michael has published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and The Most Important News, and he always freely and happily allows others to publish those articles on their own websites. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, we strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.